I asked you earlier, like, what's one word or phrase that defines you, and then it just hit me. No excuses.
Yeah, it's on my back, dog.
It's on your back, right?
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse to do something. I don't have an excuse not to do something. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to give you an excuse. I'm going to tell you no. If I do want to do something, I'm not going to give you an excuse. I'm going to tell you yeah. It's as simple as that. Just own up to your shit. And I own to my shit. If I do something bad, hell yeah, I did that shit. Would I do it again? Depends on what I did. And you know what I mean? Like,
you know how fast you said that? That was the most real, like, I'm just like,
no, that was incredible.
That was amazing.
But like,
all right, ready? You good?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Hot Talk. Today, we are honored to have a very special guest, Zion Clark. Zion, you want to introduce yourself, my man?
Yeah, I'm Zion Clark. I'm a two-time Emmy Award-winning documentary star for Netflix. I'm Netflix's longest running short documentary in the history of their company. I'm also a three-time Guinness World Record holder. I'm a pro MMA fighter. I'm a top-level author. And I'm probably missing a few things, but I do a lot of cool things. And right now, the biggest venture is this fight coming up. So.
Okay, so we're gonna get into that, but like the way that this works, completely unscripted. We like to just have a conversation like we're among friends, because we are.
Yeah.
And we like to see the conversation with just like a high level topic. So this one, I think it's perfect for you, resiliency. And obviously to get to where you're at, you must have a lot of resiliency. And I know you got a story, and I want to give you an opportunity to speak to that too, but I'm curious because right now, just as an example, I think everyone struggles with adversity in their life. Some more so than others, some self-created, some just given to them at birth. It's been a while since I've had a real struggle, but I'll tell you, like, just as an example of some adversity, like making this YouTube channel. I started 2.5 years ago, didn't know what I was doing, just a vision, a goal. This is what I want to get to, a picture in my head, and then just grinding. So I'm curious, in your life today, right now, and I think you mentioned it actually, the fight, that's probably a good one. Like, what is adversity that you're facing right now? Because even though you're where you're at, it's not like it stops. The grind keeps going.
Yeah, I mean, getting a pro-sanctioned MMA fight is no easy feat. That's for sure. But at the same time, it's depending on what you want to do, you gotta be ready for what it takes. So, I've spent there's 5 years of preparation behind what's gonna happen December 17th.
Tell us about what's happening.
I had my first pro MMA fight, going on my pro record. After so many fights, I can potentially get into the UFC or Bellator, depending on what I want to do. So that's what I'm in a lot of fights. And you know, like 5 years ago, I left college after becoming an All-American in wrestling, and decided I wanted to switch my avenues a little bit. But with wrestling, it was a really easy transition into like jiu-jitsu and just striking and stuff. So it made it. I felt comfortable, you know, like it made it easy for me, I guess. But not even that, but like easy as in how I was able to adjust. The hard part was getting punched in the mouth every day and learning how to defend myself and strike back. Because, you know, everybody thinks that, Mike Tyson said it the best, everybody thinks that you're a gangster until you get punched in the mouth. So, and that's really the truth. And, you know, it's hard to fight when somebody else is trying to fight back.
Right.
And the higher level you get, it gets more and more vicious. And now I'm at this level where like I have to be able to hit hard, effectively defend, and get takedowns and submissions, no matter what the circumstance is. If I'm going to come out on top, if I'm not going to be one that's waking up and pulling my own blood and like, you know, passed out, it's going to be the other guy.
So how? Oh, go ahead.
I'll say, tell us about the training, right? Because we were together a few weeks ago, and you broke. So for those that don't know, and I don't think you mentioned this, but Guinness Book of World Record holder, how many records do you have?
I have 3 records. 3
records.
And I never trained for all 3. So.
Never trained for all 3?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, so record number 1 is?
I'm the world's fastest man on 2 hands.
Fastest man on 2 hands. Number 2?
I set the world record for the highest box jump off your hands.
How high?
I jumped 33 inches off my hands.
Damn, so 3 feet jumping off your hands.
Like about this high. So. And then I did the most diamond push-ups in 3 minutes. The record was 240. I did 248.
248
That's
diamond
insane.
push-ups.
Yeah.
In 3 minutes.
Yeah. And everybody's like, how you not trained for that? It's because I'm a fighter and I just have that innate ability to fight. And I'm not like that I wasn't trained for it, but like my body's already in a good enough shape where if I decide I want to go do something, I can make it seem easy, but there's a lot of other crap behind it that people don't understand. Like, you know, when I go train, I'm not training with people in my same weight class. I'm training with guys that I'm a like a flyweight, so like 125 pounder. I train with the welterweights, they're 170 pounds. Those guys are like 3 times my size.
Right.
And it just makes for the strength adjustment because my strength level is almost at the same as them, but like they're faster and stronger. So like it makes me work harder. I have to work harder and more efficiently. So then when I go back to my weight, it's really light work. When I throw my punches, I'm throwing heavier punches than most of the flyweights that are probably in my division.
Right, right.
The one thing I see when we met and we've been hanging out and I'm watching you work out, I'm watching you break records, clearly physical shape, like bar none, you got it. I've seen your arms, right? That being said, for everything you've accomplished, and I've watched you do this, you say you don't train, but what about that mental fortitude, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you definitely have that. Tell us about what you're going through leading up to it. Like, what's kind of going in your mind? Because I know you have more mental strength than most out there.
That's the crazy part. Absolutely nothing. Like, I swear. I just be sitting there like that day when I was getting ready to do it. I'm just like, they're like, you ready? And I'm like playing, like I'm texting somebody on my phone.
Yeah.
It's just like my mind's like, I don't like, the best way for me to perform is when I'm not thinking about what I have to do. Because the more I start thinking about it, the higher the chances I start second guessing myself. And when you hesitate, you lose.
Mm-hmm. So I can really relate to that. That's why when it comes to these, I'm not like a professional YouTuber. I just decided I like to do cool stuff with this guy. Let's do cool stuff.
Yeah.
And if I mean, honestly, like for you, because you're you, this is another day. For me, this is a super special day. I mean, I'm like really appreciative of you welcoming us into your home and like doing this. But I don't like to overthink things either. Like if I were in the back of my mind going, man, what am I gonna ask him? What are we gonna talk about? Like I would just
then this whole thing would fall apart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I'm curious though, because for all the adversity you faced in your life, like was there, how did you kind of like switch the gears in your head where it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this get the best of me. I'm gonna freaking own this world. Like was there a moment? Was there an event? Was it just like, over time you're like, you know what, I'm done with the bullshit, like let's just go get it?
Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, I just learned how to stop giving a shit about a lot of things. As a kid coming up, you know, I started getting like kind of famous, whatever, when I was 18. I was a high schooler beating the other like some of the best high schoolers in the country, and I ended up getting a scholarship to Kent State University. So then, you know, I was just doing like my thing, and like everybody's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "Dude, like, trust me, I grew up in the hood, bro. Like, where like somebody see you with a nice pair of shoes, bro, they gonna be like, dog, like shoes." You know what the like the other side of that means. I want your shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have your shoes.
They're my shoes now.
Yeah, and like growing up in that.
I like his shoes.
But like growing up in situations like that, you gotta learn how to like show some backbone, show some ass, man. So it's kind of like from how I grew up and the lessons I learned from being a martial artist, kind of all combined into one. Being a martial artist, you gotta have mental fortitude. You know, you gotta. Sometimes I might fit like mentally win the battle against you before the fight's even over.
Oh yeah.
Because I might start talking to you, and I might start being an asshole too while I'm talking to you. But that's to get in your head.
Right.
I don't know if you ever seen Khabib Nurmagomedov's videos. But like there's some of them where like his championship fights, like for a world, you have like to keep his belt, and he's just boom, get up, bro, boom, boom, come on, I think you should give up, boom, like really talking to him,
right,
mental warfare, and to be able to go to war like that with somebody on the physical and psychological front, that's mental fortitude.
Oh, you hit on something that has come up on a lot of these talks, which is the power of psychology and how. I mean, I'm an engineer by trade. Like I grew up very kind of logical, And the older I've gotten, the more I've come around to psychology is everything, man. Everything.
Absolutely. Because like there are times when like for example the record when I broke the push-up record, there was a point where I was like 5 push-ups off of just tying it, and my body was starting to give out physically, but I wasn't done mentally.
Right.
So like I took like a 2 second. I took 2 seconds to take a deep breath and finish it out, and got 8 more than what the record was. And it's a mental game, you know. When your body's dead like that, I'm a fighter first. I've been in situations where I've been beat down and I still came out on top, because sometimes if you really want to win, you gotta just sacrifice something, sacrifice your pride, sacrifice what pain is. You gotta forget the meaning of pain, honestly, and just still push forward.
So I'm curious about this, because like this is something from when I was a kid, but like I've never been punched in the mouth like Mike Tyson style, you know what I mean? So like I remember thinking when I was, no, I know, that's why I want to ask you this. So I remember like I'd scrape my knee and I'd go, shit, that hurts. And then I was like thinking about it, so I'm like, why does it hurt? Does it hurt?
Because somebody told you that it's gonna hurt.
Exactly.
When you hit the ground.
So I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking it's just a signal coming from my knee to my head, but can my head basically be like, you know what? It's just telling you, but it doesn't actually hurt. Like, what is pain? My head is just like, you know what? And I could actually sort of disassociate it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because when it comes to pain, your body can receive this 2 ways. You can use it as something to fuel you. You know, some people, the more beat up they get. Look at Nate Diaz, for example. The more beat up he gets, the more savage he gets.
He gets more motivated.
His literal face was falling off, and he was landing perfect strikes and bombs in one of his most recent fights. Like literal, like his nose was coming off, his cheek was coming off. Like,
dude, that's why everyone loves him.
Yeah,
he's
he's a perfect example of that, of disassociating pain from what the natural response would be.
So that has to do with mental fortitude, but here's to your point about that pain, because you guys are about to have a baby. So here's a little trick we've noticed, right? Because we have 2 kids. A kid will fall and get hurt.
Wait, who's about to have a baby?
Oh, they're about to have a baby. She's pregnant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
So the baby will fall, get hurt. The baby will look you in the eye and look for recognition of what to do next. If you panic, guarantee they'll start crying.
Yeah, but if you're like,
if you start laughing, yeah, they're gonna act like that. I mean, you're absolutely right, and it starts at a young age, right? I mean, and it doesn't stop now, obviously.
Yeah. So like you have to train yourself into that. You know, I was a kid, I used to play in the dirt.
Yeah.
If I got hurt, I just had to clean myself up and like get back to it, because I was having fun. Now translating to fighting, I love to fight. I love to wrestle. I'm really fucking good at it. And so like, I have fun. If I get hurt, as long as I can walk, if I'm still breathing, it's okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask this, and I think I already know the answer because I remember our first conversation. When you have a fight like this, I mean, I imagine there's always respect for the opponent. Does fear? No, all right, I already knew. I was gonna say, does fear creep in at all?
No, but that's the fighter mentality.
Yeah.
I'll respect you when the fight's done, but right now, you don't. You're not here.
I've been dogging this shit all over my media. It's funny.
Do we know who your opponent is yet?
I keep forgetting his name. That's how much I don't know.
It doesn't matter who it
My
is.
coach tells me about him every day.
I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like, you're gonna get in the ring and you don't realize it, but Mike's gonna come in. Then what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he gonna be like, why is Mike here?
Yeah.
Like, Mike ain't here for me.
Yeah.
He gonna be like, Mike here for that dude, me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've been like not posting training videos and stuff because like my teammates are some of the most savage fighters on the planet. We don't want to scare old dude off.
I got you.
Like for real.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he backed out of the fight and then back in.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
More money was offered on the table.
Yeah.
Tell us about you saw me train with my boy AJ, who's the #2 lightweight on the planet. My coach, who is one of the like most infamous coaches in the game, coached multiple UFC champs, multiple Bellator champs, coached Olympic wrestlers, was an Olympic wrestler himself. Like my coach is the most badass motherfucker you'll ever meet, Antonio McKee. Look him up. Then look up Antonio McKee versus John Smith wrestling.
Okay.
John Smith is one of the most infamous wrestlers to come out of the United States. Wrestled with Dave Schultz and his brother back when Dave Schultz was like the king of wrestling. Mm-hmm. He was on, John Smith was on a squad. My coach beat him.
Nice.
Yeah, and so like people, they see who I train with, and like they might get a little flustered, I guess.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but like me, it's every day. I've been training with these guys for 5 years. My coach is like a father figure. These guys are like my brothers. So like to me, it's nothing. But to people on the outside, they see me training with somebody like Rampage Jackson and holding my own. They get a little nervous.
Yep. There's 2 takeaways that I've taken so far, right? I mean, we haven't even gotten into your story yet.
Yeah.
Like the biggest things are, number 1, the mental fortitude, right? You always have to keep pushing forward, and I think you embody that. The second thing, and I think this is something, even if you have it, you can't do it alone. You still need a team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I wouldn't be as tuned in with my body right now as when it comes to fighting if it wasn't for those people around me.
Right.
Helping steer me in the right direction.
Yeah, and we got to call out Craig Levinson, and we'll get him down here. He's still working right now. He's on a call. We got to give him a little shout out because like everything does start with the team you have around you, and making sure it's reinforcing that mental fortitude.
Absolutely. You know, it's crazy. I met Craig and my team that I fight with on 2 very separate different occasions.
Really?
I met Craig through my boy I met in Ohio.
Yeah.
So my boy's name is Joey Davis. He's a 4-time NCAA wrestling champ. 133 wins, 0 losses. Now he's 8-0 Bellator welterweight, undefeated still. Dude's gone almost 10 years without losing anything. Yeah, right? Something just like something.
10 years, that's, yeah.
And I remember we met in college. He was wrestling for Notre Dame of Ohio college. Yep. And I was wrestling at Kent State. He had somehow got my information and showed up at my door. And we got some beer together. And got really drunk, I'm gonna be honest. We became friends.
Yep.
And next thing you know, I'm at the Ellen DeGeneres show. I remember I met Craig and I met everybody there. Not the show, but like I met Craig's boy Mata, and then Mata introduced me to Craig. And my boy Joey called me. He's like, "Yo, is you in LA?" And I never really, like me and Joey were such good friends in college. I never really cared to ask like, "Where are you from?" I thought he was from Cleveland.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So like,
'cause that's where you guys hang out.
Yeah. So I thought he was from Cleveland.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, I'm in LA. He's like, no, I live in like Compton, Inglewood. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He said, pull through. I want you to introduce you to my coach. Turns out his coach is the guy I was telling you about. And all his teammates are the guys I was telling you about. And then boom, I went from straight out of college onto one of the most elite professional fighting teams.
Oh man. So let's talk a bit about, all right, so you have a fight coming up. You already broke the world record, because I know that was a big thing. So there's 3 world records, you have the fight coming up. What's the date of the fight again?
December 17th.
December 17th. How many days are you training for that?
Every day.
Every day training?
Yeah, except for Saturdays and Sundays, so I can recover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Monday through Friday training.
Monday through Thursday is the striking and actual mat training. Fridays conditioning. Saturdays recovery. Sundays recovering. Maybe like conditioning if I feel good enough.
How many hours a day?
It depends if I go to both practices a day. With my type of schedule, I get in as much as I can. Yeah. I make sure I'm going at least once a day because practice is about 3 hours every day.
Yep. And there could be 2 sessions.
Yeah, so like technically I can train for 6 hours a day, and I do sometimes.
Is there a build-up where it's like you actually want to kind of like stage your training so that you're like hitting peak after the fight, or are you ready to go now and it's just
definitely I'm like building up to it. Don't get me wrong, I do a lot of sessions where like we simulate fights and like we go full rounds. I'm doing 3 5-minute rounds, which is just the standard pro sanctioned fight. If it's a championship fight, it'd be 5-minute rounds. But it's more of a take care of your body, make sure you're eating okay, make sure your recovery is alright. And you can keep training as hard as you want as long as the recovery side of things is balancing out.
Gotcha.
How did you get into wrestling?
I was like 6 years old, given a flyer in 2nd grade. And this is just as simple as it gets.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my coach, Greg Donahue, my teacher, Greg Donahue, he helped me out a lot. And then I transferred schools, and his identical twin brother ended up being my coach.
No way.
Yeah, I know, right? And so I got really close to that family. There's my coach's son, Jake, is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
We wrestled each other for a long time, even I helped each other out during college. And dude's a phenomenal wrestler. Like first year wrestling, man, my man fucking beat the returning national champ like 15-0. And so like I came around, I grew up around a lot of good rounded athletes. My coach won the U.S. Open at like 50 years old a couple years ago.
At 50?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. No. You know what, like, we're talking about it.
It's unheard of.
I'm gonna tell you, everything going through my head is I've never been in a fight in my life. Before the camera started rolling, you're talking about like, man, I got punched in the face during training, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, the other night, man, like this little bruise right here was actually a cut. And my whole eye was like leaking like really bad.
Oh, really?
Like I ruptured something in like the bottom of my eye. So but ice, bunch of water.
Okay, so what day did that happen?
Probably 2 days ago.
Okay.
3 days ago.
And you trained since then?
Yeah.
Because I'll tell this, right? And I don't know about everybody watching. If I get hit in the face and I'm bleeding from the eye, I'm not fighting the next day.
Nah. And I mean, it depends if whether you need stitches or not.
Okay.
You know, if you need stitches, probably should sit down.
Okay.
And like, I'm not trying to get beat up like to that point. So if I get hit, it's like, usually I don't get hit that often, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like when I do, it's usually from my teammates that are way more well versed, or from my coach.
Right.
Because like I said,
and they're making you better.
Yeah, they've been the champ. They've been at the top. So when they catch me with stuff, I'm just like, okay, I know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Don't get hit again in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I don't. But initially, the contact's vicious. Don't get me wrong. I do damage too. But like our goal in there isn't to hurt each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like somebody gets dinged up, we're like, my bad, and then we get right back to it. If you're not bleeding too much, we're gonna keep striking. And if you start bleeding too much, we clean it up, and we still keep striking.
So appreciating no respect for your opponent, I got that. No fear. Is there a game plan at all, or is it more like
have a game plan, expect it to go to shit?
Exactly.
Because
that's what I was wondering.
you know, you might be thinking you're gonna take this guy out and like take him down, and next thing you know, he's kicking you in the head, and you're still standing straight up. So
right.
You don't know what's gonna happen in a fight.
So a lot of it for you is like see what you're up against and make the mental adjustment.
Yeah, that's why there's more than just one round of fighting. That first round for me, I test the waters. I'll do like probably some half. I'm not giving you my.
No.
But like I have a way of doing things to where I feel you out the first round, and then the rest of the rounds put on the gas. And if I feel you out if I can feel you out early in the first round, you better watch out, because I'm gonna be on your head the whole first round.
But there's something to be said there, right? Like I don't follow boxing or fighting like profusely or anything like that. But if there's one thing I've gathered from the Mayweather fights that I've watched, he tends to lose the first 3 rounds, but once he clicks, it's done.
But I don't wanna go all 3 rounds. That's 15 minutes. You ever
he has 12 rounds.
Minutes?
Yeah.
But like, you ever fought somebody that's trying to kick you in the head for 15 minutes? Let me put it that way.
You know, getting even 1 minute.
Yeah, it gets dangerous. So like, I don't want to be out there that long. I've been training a lot of different moves that have real knockout potential.
Gotcha.
Like serious knockout potential. I've been punching the bag with like no gloves on, destroying my hands. My hands are feeling like bricks now. Like it doesn't even hurt to punch nothing anymore. So like that's great on my end. But like I'm trying to put dude out the first or second round. I don't want to go to no third round.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll be there to watch that. So question on this, right? Something that Brian and I always talk about, you know, especially now that he's having a kid, leaving this world a better place than we entered it, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're living our best lives. You're clearly living your best life. Like, always fly. That much I can say.
Oh yeah,
right? Like, so if there's one thing we could teach people when they watch your documentary, and your documentary can be watched where?
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's been on Netflix for like 4 years, almost 5
What's
years.
it called?
Zion.
Just Zion. Z-I-O-N.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you need. So what would you say, like, your legacy 50 years from now, 100 years from now, when people are looking up Wikipedia, if Wikipedia still exists, like, what's it gonna say? Like if you could pick one word or one sentence, go. Tough one, right?
An inspiration that fucks shit up.
An inspiration.
In a good way.
I like that.
There you go.
No, I really like that, man. That's right up our alley. You know, we might go about it different ways, but that's kind of...
Because, like, you gotta think, you can't just label me as a fighter. You can't just label me as an author. You can't just label me as an athlete. You can't just label me as a philanthropist. You can't just label me as anything. Because I'm all the things I want to be.
Yeah. Breaking a mold and being an inspiration, I was like, look, I'm gonna do it my way.
Exactly. I'm not gonna do the normal mode
of
inspiration. Some people think I have to be a certain standard. I can't swear. I can't do this. I'm like, dude, I'm a fighter. I literally punch people in the face. You don't think I'm gonna drop that bomb, bro? You better.
What was you were saying this about swearing just the other day?
I saw this video. The past 40 years at Harvard. 40 fucking years. Harvard study. And I said it that way on purpose. People who cuss tend to achieve more.
Yeah, I swear. I know, for real, like, you know, the people that are really like sheltered and they don't voice their opinion, that are all like by the book, they're not gonna get so far because it's by the book.
Yeah.
Fuck a book.
And you're limited within the constraints of whatever those rules are.
For real, like, I learned more from just being out in the real world and growing up in the streets than I ever did in college.
Yeah.
I know how to manage money. I know how to run a business. I know how to get stuff done. I know how to be a professional athlete. I know how to write a book. And I didn't learn any of that in college.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like.
No, you just hit on I mean, honestly, because here's the thing is, you know, you grow up in the environment that you're in, right? And you only know that because my parents, like middle class, 40-year careers, you know, in corporate America. And God bless them. I mean, they busted their ass. But like when I saw kind of it's like you're working for a company, but you know, when the company is ready to move on, there's no loyalty there. You know what I mean?
No, think about this. Whenever you die, within a month, somebody's going to replace your spot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's if you work
and I saw that and I was like, you know, they busted their ass to put me in this position, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna live a life just to end up, you know, the corporate America's trash to take out. And I think one thing I've realized from a lot of people that are kind of in that mindset, they're so risk averse, there's so much fear about like failing that they're not willing to take the chance, you know what I mean? And everything that you just said is exactly kind of like flipping that mindset, like getting away.
You know how many times I've failed? How many times I've almost been knocked out? You know what I mean? Like, for like, it's so like people don't understand. Like, I've built up an iron chin. Yeah. I've built up iron fists. You know what I mean? I never used to like be like that. I remember when I first started fighting, I'd throw a punch, and even if it connected, my hands would hurt. And I'm a wrestler. Like, I was already tough, but like, it was a whole different game. You know, you have these light gloves on, and you gotta hit somebody straight on. Learn how to punch correctly. If you punch something the wrong way, you'll shatter all the bones in your hands, and then like you'll potentially fracture your wrist. Watch it happen. So people don't understand that like you really need to like sit back, learn how to fail, learn how to fall.
Yeah.
Because like it's okay to fall, but you need to learn how to fall correctly.
So like, let's say, because here's kind of how this works here. Is like we tell people, you know, we're famous, you just don't know it yet.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's our attitude. Like
you grew up that mentality too.
Yeah, well, no, I swear. Sometimes like when I'm really trying to just enjoy my own enjoy myself, like my squad or something. Like say for instance, when I go out to San Diego, someone will be like, "Yo, are you Zion?" I have a hoodie up, and I make sure you can't even see my hands and my tattoo. I'll be like, "No." He was like, "Oh, dude, you look like that dude." I was like, "No, I'm not him, man." I feel bad, but like. It's like I like to step out and be normal.
And it's really tough for you. You know,
You know, and it's like it's so hard because like something like sometimes like I might literally just be out to eat, bro, and like I'm just trying to.
No, I remember we're at my studio running events, and it's like, hey, we have to get to this next event. It takes us 30 minutes to go from my office to the front door because everybody's stopping you to say, "Z, what's up? Hey." I'm like, oh, we gotta go.
Yeah, no, trust me. I'm sometimes be me and Craig, and somebody want to talk to Craig about something with me, and I'll be like, I'm gonna leave you here. Yeah. Like, it's got to the point where like I'm sitting outside waiting on the room, like waiting on credit card.
Hey, in fairness though, the first time we met, honestly, you were so cool. Like you were, we just met you for the first time, me and her. You sat down with us for like half an hour and just shot the shit, and it was.
Oh yeah, because I'm personable. I don't mind talking to new people. Just don't be an asshole, and I won't be an asshole. It's so simple. People don't understand how simple life can be with respect.
Dude. Oh my god. No, that's honestly. So it's like you just said that like it's fact, but it's like you have no idea how valuable that piece of information is to people that don't freaking fucking get it.
Yeah, no. Some people I will look at and I'm like, do you live your life like this? No. Like, how do you wake up every day and decide to like just ruin somebody's day?
Dude.
No, let's just think about it, right? You guys met for the first time, half an hour discussion. We met for 10 minutes. Next thing you know, we're in Korea together.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right? And it's when it's that easy, great things happen, right?
Yeah.
Good people attract good people, good intentions, energy, etc.
Yeah, no, and that's what it is. You know, like some people when they meet you and you can go play. Some people when they meet you and you can like it takes me about 10 seconds to know if I like somebody. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
whether it's women,
totally
whether it's
alike.
another person, whether it's a meeting for a business, I can tell right away if I want to work with somebody, if I want to work with a company, or if I even just want to be around a certain person.
Right.
And my thing is, are you looking me in the eyes? Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you responding? Not saying you gotta laugh at my jokes, but like, are you gonna like, are you able to have an intelligent conversation? Because if you're not, that means you're not completely mature in my eyes. So.
Right.
What did you say on the call today? Like about being judgmental?
I'm the most
judgmental person there is. Well, I mean,
but I'll always be nice.
Exactly.
But I'm still judging you.
So
because I'm not allowed to just let anybody walk through my door.
So like here's the thing is because like I want to stay positive, and that's what this is. But like you're hitting on something that is so important to me, which is like keeping negative energy, like keeping the snakes in the grass out of your friend zone, man. Some people I know, it's like they'll tolerate people even though they can see it, even though they know it. It's like this guy smiles to your face, but man, like first chance he gets, that knife's gonna slit your throat.
I used to be like that too. I used to let people around me. I knew that they was messing up all the time, and I was like, no, it's not me, whatever. You know what I mean? And then after a while, I just got sick of it, and I'm just like, bro, you gotta go.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to see you eat, not at my table, but you gotta go.
Yep, 100%.
And since I've done that, me and my team and the people I've really been running shit.
Changes everything. Changes everything, man. You gotta trust the people that you keep close to you. Yeah. You gotta be able to, so.
Let's play a game. I just thought of it. All right, so we've all heard the term like, be a cog in the machine. You were telling the story about your parents. And when we think of 99...
I'm really thirsty anyway.
Oh yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's jump back in. Let's just do it.
Just do it.
Run it again.
We'll give you an example. You're gonna go first, Brian. Okay. Water break is done. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard the term cog in the wheel, right? And that's usually a reference to life. How are you gonna go about life? Are you gonna be a cog in the machine, cog in the wheel, whatever it is?
Oh, okay.
Right? You got it now. And so the whole thing there is, I think all three of us, we see the wheel and something else goes into our head, right? Everybody else is like, okay, great, how can I be a part of this? And we're like, no.
Why don't you be the wheel?
Okay, so there's that, right?
Yeah.
Be the wheel. So like my thing is, I was like, you know what? First and foremost, I love business. So I'm like, you know what? I see a wheel, I'm gonna go design a car. Everybody needs more wheels, I'm gonna sell wheels. What would you do with the wheel?
I might put her in the cage. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
What you getting into back there? Stay out of this shit, dude. I just fed you a fat ass bowl of food. Jeez, this is the puppy thing. I'm sorry. All right, no more distractions.
Yep.
No, it's all good, man. Like we're this is just chill. It's not serious at all. But
cog wheel.
Cog wheel.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, so here's the thing is, like we talked about adversity, and when I think about adversity, and I've talked about it on other episodes of this, is like for me, I've faced a lot of financial adversity. I call it financial warfare. Like I've gone up against the system, head to head, lost all my money multiple times, and like it's like never been deterred, figured out, kind of like you, and like you're a fighter. I'm like, when it comes to the financial side of things, I'm a fighter, and I've gotten over the hump and to the other side of it. It's not, when I think about what you face, fuck my adversity, it's bullshit.
But everything has levels to it.
I know, but here's the thing is like, this sounds really funny, because I was thinking about legacy, and when people think of YouTubers, like when middle class Americans or people think of YouTubers, like, what do you think they think?
I mean,
they probably think, honestly,
you
they think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And
but it depends on what you're doing with, like, who you are and what you're doing with your YouTube.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because like me, I'm like 50-50 on working with YouTubers.
So there's
like,
I got
for good reason.
So there's two things I learned kind of as part of this process. One, just the grind of it. Like the people who are really successful at it, you know, whatever it is they do, I gotta tell you, they have to hustle, man. You don't fall into that kind of success completely on accident.
No, they're sitting behind their laptop. Some of these guys are like blowing their stuff up. They go shoot content and they're editing nonstop. Right. They're reading algorithms. What when the bets are close and stuff. They're like, that's all their life is. You take that away, they're not a YouTuber anymore.
Oh yeah. No, I feel you on the segment that you're going after.
Yeah, no, it's just, and some of them do fake content. I'm not gonna say any names.
Yeah,
that's me.
Hey man, you can say names if you want. This is hot talk, but
let's not go there.
But I'm not gonna say any names. But there's a guy I work with for YouTube channel. I work with a lot of YouTubers, so you guys don't know who I'm talking about. I do. But I was it was content, but it was like scripted and it was stupid.
And see, that's why we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
I got railed for it on my stuff. The people are like, all my stuff is usually
it's all real, it's authentic.
Authentic, unscripted. And then I go put something like that out. Yeah. And I was like, people like it because I do the eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Alright, that's a no though for now. Holy shit, I thought I could bear with it.
Yeah.
And it's just getting louder and louder and louder. God, you really testing my patience right now.
So all right, ignore the platform, but I'll say this is like, the more that I've done this sort of thing,
I like this type of stuff.
the more that I'm like, this actually, like, it's gonna sound bullshitty to say it like in the moment, but this is kind of leaving a legacy right here, because my baby girl, who's not here yet, is gonna be able to watch this when she gets older and go, that's what my dad was about, and that's valuable to me.
Oh yeah. Shit, that makes me think about like whenever I have kids, like all the stuff that I've done, whether it's good or bad, it's all out there.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But I think the overarching story of the legacy you leave behind is
it's gonna be, cause like here's the thing, I definitely want to leave a legacy for people to be inspired, but like when I have kids, I'm leaving it strictly for them.
Yeah.
So I want them to understand what it took for me, and I want them to push it and take it to like different heights.
100%. That's actually, now that I know I'm gonna be a father, that's honestly one of the things in the back of my mind is like, I want my own children to be their own people, but it's like, you gotta let them make their mistakes, but you also want them wired right, you know what I mean, mentally.
Yeah.
And I haven't figured it out yet. But this discussion and the ability for her to be able to watch this, dude, I mean, like, it'll help. It'll help.
Yeah, absolutely.
It puts an understanding that our kids don't understand, right? Like, we have a job. We love our kids, but we have a job to make young, independent adults. Right? We could get hit by a bus at any second.
Yeah.
And if we leave behind young, independent adults, we've done our job. That's right.
Yeah.
I got one question because this actually just jumped in my head from our first conversation, and I think it is important to touch on this because you're so positive and your energy. Like, I love your energy, but when we really like got into the weeds of it, it's like people forget. Like you're so positive, it's easy to just kind of gloss over the adversity.
People forget that I look down a barrel. I look down a barrel of 45, bro. Like, for real, like, staring
in
at the
LA
side. No, back where I grew up in Canton with my homies. Like, I've stared death in the face so many times on so many different occasions. People understand that me just waking up every day, I'm content with that. Like, for real, like, you know, the fact that I'm a black male and I'm 25 and in 5 years I'm gonna be 30, and I have homies that aren't here with me today, that's it.
Yeah.
To me.
No, that's true.
You know, a lot of my friends, I started losing friends. But when I was like 12 years old, some of my friends started dying. And people don't understand. People don't understand like how real that is. Like, you're a kid and your friends are dying. Why? People don't understand that. And that's what makes the adversity. You guys learn how to survive. You gotta learn how to live. You know, and the homies that we all have left, my squad back home in Ohio, I talk to them every day. Yeah. My squad is back home in Ohio. There's not many of us left, but we all learned that we gotta step up and start doing something. Everybody's trying to get out the city. A lot of them have got out the city. I'm happy about that.
And you made your way all the way to LA.
Yeah, no, I did that when I was broke. I remember I just spent the rest of my money on a new car because I said if I get to California, things will be okay.
And you drove.
Yeah, I drove from New York City to Los Angeles in 48 hours.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
It's cooking on the highway.
And for those that don't know, he's one of the fastest drivers with two hands that I know.
Oh yeah, no, I'm a fast car. Wait till I get this new one that pulls up next week.
Okay.
You think I'm fast now? Like, I have a really nice I have a couple different modifications on my Honda to make it go a lot faster than it probably should be.
Okay.
But now I'm getting a Corvette Stingray C8. Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
That's like their supercar.
When are you getting it? When's it coming in?
Like next week.
Okay. All right.
So like.
What color? What color are you going?
All white. It has red. It's like bloody seats, like red.
Gotcha.
Red
Okay.
Oh, that's a race car right there.
It's really like a race car.
Hey, he really needs your shoes now. Show him the bottom of your shoes.
Red bottom.
Red bottom shoes.
But yeah, man, like people forget. You know, sometimes I get like these ignorant people, whether it's on social media or whether it's I'm out in public, and they like press me because they think that like, oh, it was just given to me. Like, I just walked out one day and was like, hey, I want to do this, and people felt bad and shit. No, like, I had to fight. I'm gonna put it in the most simple, purest form of myself for you. Yeah. I had to fight and beat up niggas just to get to where I'm at, so I could keep breathing and eating every day. People don't understand that.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I was chatting with a boxer, and you know, something he identified is like, you don't wake up one day saying I want to be a fighter.
No, you don't. It's
like I'm surviving.
Yeah, it's like burned in.
It's burned into you because you're like, I gotta eat the next day.
Yeah.
I need a place to sleep. All right, gotta fight.
Yeah. And sometimes when you're in the hood and you gotta fight, and sometimes you just hope you don't go to jail and you can still live to see another day.
Yep.
And there's such thing as wrong place, wrong time.
Oh yeah.
And like people get caught up in shit all the time. You know, like aside from homies being in the box, you know, I got homies in jail too. Because there were split second decisions that were made that really just felt defined whether I went to prison, they didn't go to prison, or they went to prison, I didn't go to prison. Right. You know, there's a lot of things that went down, and I really appreciate my homies. I contact them every day because some of my homies, they took some L's for me. I'm not gonna lie. Just so I could still be here, because like they definitely believed in what I was doing, even though we were both doing bad shit.
Yeah. So. And let's give them some things to look forward to, right?
Yeah, like
we're November right now.
Like think about it, when the homies get out, because some of my homies, they got like, one of my homies been in jail for 6 years already. But he gonna get out in 10 years. When he get out, I'm gonna buy him a car.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, for real, like, say thank you. Back in the day, when things went down, he gave me the job, like definitely gave me the opportunity to go and continue being an athlete. Because I was still finding myself. I just got adopted. I was still messing with a lot of these bangers, and I was just getting into trouble all the time.
Yep.
Man, and yeah, no, I was given a chance, and so many different. I was probably given way too many chances to turn my shit around.
And most people don't get the chance, right? And
that's I mean, I'm trying to imagine being in his shoes and like.
Not wear shoes.
Not his shoes. The guy.
I don't wear shoes.
and that's love, man. I mean, I can't even imagine being in that position, and for him to see something in you to be like, you know what, you're not taking the fall. Like, I got you, and go make something out of yourself.
Defining. Talk about a defining moment. But yeah, no, I'm glad I have homies like that. You know, I got family like that. My family's like that. I got homies like that. And those are the real ones. You know, once I hit it big time, you know, I'm like scratching the surface right now. Once I go big time, it's everybody's coming out of California.
Yeah. No, you're there, man. We hang out all the time. Like we're living the life. Like if there's one song I could think of when I look at you, it's like that Frank Sinatra "My Way." You're like, hey, it's my way.
Yeah.
And by the way, get the hell out of my way.
yeah, straight up. Like if you're not with me, you're not against me, because I'm just gonna move you out the way.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. So
2023, what can we look forward to?
2023, a couple more fights. I got some offers to be in the main event on some of the main cards for my pro fights. I haven't record this one yet. Maybe I might put that on the back burner. I want to get back into track and field, start training for that again, because I am a professional.
Yeah.
I've never been ranked anything below number 4 in my entire career.
Really?
I've been a pro since I was 18.
All right, and then what are the events?
Just 100 meter. I'm just really fucking fast for 13 seconds.
13 seconds to run 100 on 2 hands.
No, the chair, the racing chair. Paralympic racing. Yeah. It's hard to use these gloves and you can't touch the wheels because you're moving so fast you'll rip the skin off to your
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we get to move like that. You ever dude, I get that chair moving like 22 miles per hour.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, I've seen that. So like, Z and I are in Korea. Number 1, it's like 20 degrees out, we're freezing. 2, we're walking uphill. I don't want to touch your wheelchair because it's metal and it's cold, and you're just blasting away up. And I'm just like, I'm having a hard time walking.
It was, I forgot, it was cold out there, wasn't it?
No, it's cold, right? Or we're at Coachella and it's dirt roads and you're just blasting away.
Yeah. Coachella.
There's a lot to look forward to, so more fights in 2023.
More fights, my book's coming out, Work With What You Got.
Yeah.
Coming out April. I'm going to Africa, I'm going to New Zealand, I'm going to Asia in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Back to Korea?
No, I'm going to Qatar.
Oh, nice.
For the World Soccer World Cup.
Yep.
And then I got some like UFC, Bellator plugs out there. I'm going to train with one out there so I don't lose any training.
Exactly.
And where else? Oh yeah, I'm going to Europe, like April 16th or so.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna just go all around the country for a while. Got some people and ventures I want to get to.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. And what else? I feel like I'm missing something. That's the biggest thing for me. Traveling is like the most important thing to me. I like new experiences. I feel like it makes me more rounded as a person.
You got a favorite place in the world you've been so far?
I've only been to South Korea and the capital of Canada, Ottawa, and Montreal.
Okay. Favorite place in the entire world that you've been, like, right now, where is it? You like LA?
Can I conclude the United States? Because I've been to almost all 50 states.
Yeah. No,
There's only
anywhere.
like 7 states I don't think I've been to.
I'm just saying, like, anywhere. Anywhere, like, it can be your favorite place, or it could be the place you're most at home as a landing spot. Just curious. I love to ask this because we live in the Bay Area. It's so expensive. I'm trying to find like nice places to go.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my home away from home, because it's technically this, and Ohio's my home. So my favorite chill spot, this is my favorite spot in general when it comes to, like, if I look at So my things are food, people, women, and just weather. You know? So mainly food and weather.
Favorite food in Korea? I know the answer already. Our first meal.
Yeah,
the barbecue.
Yeah, the short ribs. And then my second number 2 is that eel that we had up in the mountain.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was smacking.
So unagi, but it's a live eel, and you're not getting this little piece. It's
like the whole eel,
like 3-4 feet long, and they're barbecuing in front of you.
He knows how I feel about certain kinds of food.
Yeah, but I was saying,
my wife's probably salivating over there. I'm like, I'm good.
No, it's all good. Like, we're gonna take them because it's just more food for us.
Yeah, more food for us. Yeah, let's go. But no, I would definitely say like San Diego for real.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
If I really thought about it, it's either San Diego or I would say San Diego or Montreal. Honestly, I like Montreal a lot. I've been there like 4 times now. Team USA, we always race over there.
Yeah.
For track and field, so I always be there talking to some mean ass French Canadians. Dude, I feel like this dude got so upset at me. I was at McDonald's and I'm trying to order and I'm just like, because like I know some Canadians they speak English and the other ones they speak French.
Yeah.
So I'm just like trying to order and I'm like, I need a cheeseburger. And he was pointing to the nuggets. I said cheeseburger. And like I'm pointing, I'm like cheeseburger.
And you know,
Now you know he knows. That's the thing. Because I know what you're saying.
You work at McDonald's.
You know he knows.
Yeah, no. So I was like, these guys probably just being an asshole. Yeah, for real. And then he finally gave it to me. So like I think I gave him the wrong amount of money. And he was like,
and yeah, you did it right back to him.
Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, bro. I was 18 in Montreal.
Yeah.
This was like my first year becoming a professional track and field athlete.
Yeah.
Just won 2 state titles, just won a national title. And man, I'm just like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was beautiful scenery. I like how the city is like, the epicenter of the city is that massive church. It's really beautiful, honestly. Really chill out there. And I went during the middle of the summer, so it wasn't cold.
Yeah.
So I was like, I did a lot of touristy things.
Yeah.
But it was
it's
like
beautiful
really
in the
nice,
summer.
Yeah. And the track that we raced at was just like right outside the city. Oh, you upset? She wants that love. But the track we raced at was just right outside the city, and there was just like endless amounts of rolling hills. It was like I was looking at a computer desktop top back screen.
Yeah.
Like something really like out of a movie. Like I was just like so like you just got lost in it.
Yeah.
Like just staring at it. Not often I get a view like that really like just kind of blows me away.
Yeah.
So how are we doing on time? I'm curious because I don't want to go forever. I already
42.
I think I got kind of 2 kind of questions to wrap this up because one, I'm curious, you know, like motivation, right? Like staying motivated.
Yeah.
I draw motivation from a lot of places. Music, I love to listen to music I've never heard. I'll like turn on a playlist, seed it with a song I like. You know Dave, Santan Dave, you ever heard his music?
Maybe.
British rapper guy. If not, I'm telling you,
I
highly
have
recommend.
a couple. I have this girl I used to talk to from the UK. She put me on to some UK rappers. They're not too bad.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm into the UK rap thing right now.
No, it's not too bad. It's honestly just like honestly the rappers out in the UK, it's honestly just the same as the United States.
I just like the accent, man.
Yeah,
I like the accent.
like that's all it is. All it is. Nothing's different.
Everything's the same.
Dave, I'm gonna tell you though, Santan Dave, he's a storyteller. But so I draw inspiration from music. Obviously, people like yourself. There is an element of inspiration from like haters, man. Like if I
love
feel
it.
the energy.
I'll do it. No, sometimes people in the comments will say it was crazy. I'll be like, say something really mean. I'm like, thank you. And they don't know what to do. Like they're just like. Shut bro. I'm just sitting here looking at my phone. But man, no, it's haters that definitely fuel me a little bit sometimes. You know, I've always got people, like, I remember some dude, I was in college, I remember I was in Columbus, so I wasn't at Kent State.
Yeah.
I was down at Ohio State doing something with one of my buddies.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was actually at the Arnold Classic. And remember, I was going to be back up at school, like, the day after, that night after. So it was a Saturday. I'm coming back up Sunday night. I get a call in the middle of the day. First, it's my coach.
Yeah.
No. First, it was my roommate, Austin. So my boy, Austin, he just came off my birthday back in September. It's like one of my best friends. Like, college roommate, you know, frat boy, frat training brothers, all this stuff. This guy calls me. He's like, yo, Z, there's somebody, like, on campus looking for you. They say they want to fight you. And I was like, you're fucking with me. Like, why are you wasting my time right now, bro? And he was like, nah, for real. And I thought, what was his name? His name was Bobby something. And I was like, name's Bobby. And then I realized who he was talking about. And I was like, this nigga really pulled up to my school.
Oh.
Yeah, and then my coach called me, and so I picked up. I was like, put Austin on hold. My coach mad as hell. He's like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to, Z? He's like, why is there some guy on the case? He's like looking for you. Why is he looking for you? And I was like, oh, he didn't even tell you. I was like, coach, I'm not even gonna tell you. I said, I'm gonna handle it. Hang on the phone. Call Austin back, bro. I'm like, Austin. I said, where's he at? He's like, he's standing out front of our house. I said, call the whole team and have them come over to the crib. I said, I'm on my way. So I left the Arnold Classic early. Oh yeah, and this is right. It was the year I was at the Arnold Classic and I broke my hand on stage.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm like coming back up to school, driving back up to school with a broken hand. I didn't even go to the doctor's yet. So I'm like, thanks, dude, better get the motherfucker, better get off my goddamn property, bro. So like, I'm sitting there like I'm ready for a full-out war. Cause dude had been talking mad shit. I don't know how he obviously knew where I went to school. I'm at Kent State University wrestling.
Yeah.
But how he found where I lived on campus, he was asking everybody. So I get there and literally like my whole team is on my front porch, and I park the car, and I get up and walk out there. I'm like looking because I busted ass hand, dude. And I'm just like, I said, what's up, dog? I said, you really want to do this? And I look back, boy, I said, y'all motherfuckers ready? And they said, yeah. Like, hey, I was like, at the time, I was the team captain.
Yeah.
Dude. So I tell the team, let's go, pull up at the go house. And the whole team pull up at the house.
Yeah.
This is like this is out of a movie, man.
Yeah, nah, for real. It was crazy, man. Like, college is a wild time.
Yeah.
Dude, like, I remember I got locked
Wait, so
outside
what's
of
his reaction though? I gotta hear his reaction.
Oh, he left.
Because I'm leaving.
He's
leaving.
Dude, it was 15 men and 2 dudes against 2 guys.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
messed up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have to touch you. You feel me? Like, cause like my team had that much respect for me. There's like, oh, gee, they looking for you, but we got you, bro. That's fine. Let me pull up anyway.
Yeah.
Cause like I didn't necessarily have to pull up, but I wanted to see the look on his face. You saw how many people had with me.
That's an incredible story, man.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. That was such a crazy time. Like I was ready to punch somebody in the face, and like my thumb was broken right here, broken right there. My wrist was fractured. These capillaries were fractured.
And you still would have punched him, because I know you would have broken his face with that hand.
Oh yeah, and I probably would have broke my hand more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think because we are a bit running out of time, right?
Yeah.
But I do have something to kind of identify, to kind of leave everybody with. I asked you earlier, like, what's one word or phrase that defines you? And then it just hit me. No excuses.
Yeah, it's on my back, dog.
It's on your back, right?
Literally.
Yeah.
I don't have an excuse to do something. I don't have an excuse not to do something. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to give you an excuse. I'm going to tell you no. If I do want to do something, I'm not going to give you an excuse. I'm going to tell you yeah. It's just simple as that. Just own up to your shit. And I own up to my shit. If I do something bad, hell yeah, I did that shit. Would I do it again? Depends on what I did. And you know what I mean? Like,
you know how fast you said that? That was the most real, like, I'm just like,
no, that was incredible.
That was amazing.
But like, bro, like that's how it got.
That's how it should be, man.
That's exactly it. Should be that
and
easy.
you know what? It's like that took me a long time to learn. Is to say just when you want to say no, just say no.
Yeah.
You don't gotta tiptoe around.
I don't gotta give nobody. I don't have to let somebody else waste my time.
Exactly.
You know what though? So like hearing you say that, man, don't you just feel like extra special that like we're here
No,
right
that
now?
we're here with you, right?
Because you said yes because you actually want to be here, and man, I got mad love for you. I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
But no, that's a real statement though. When I said, man, it's people don't understand that. Like, I have done bad things. I've sat in handcuffs. I've had to be bailed out of jail. Like, I've been there. I've been to the dark side.
Yeah.
And I'll own up to it. And hell yeah, I'd do it all again. You know why? Because that's why I'm here
It
today.
puts you where you're at. Yeah, no, everyone asks, you know, you got any regrets? And I was like, man.
Even some of the worst things I've ever done, it's taught me lessons.
Yep.
You wouldn't be the person you are here now.
Because like
if you
now
didn't
the
have
things
a
that I'm
history.
doing that are good, they're based off of all the mistakes and trip-ups and slip-ups that I've had.
Yep.
Yeah.
People need to understand. Like I said earlier, learn how to fail, learn how to fall. You also learn how to stand up though. That's essential.
Yeah, I think we should let him, if we wrap this up, you should have the floor. Anything you want to say, anything on your mind, anything you didn't hit up, or if you just want to be like, that's it.
Buy my fight, watch me knock this guy out
Yeah.
on December 17th.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
what's up. All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Zion, really
Absolutely.
appreciate you, man. This was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I already know, my boy.
I love you.